90% of all Americans own a cell phone, and we use them a lot. When we're eating, when we're walking, when we're working. But what happens when we use them when we're driving?
The news outlet decided to find out how these electronic marvels of communication can affect your ability to drive safely. During afternoon rush hour, reporters stood on pedestrian walkways and bridges over the highways in Akron, Cleveland, and Youngstown. 2 reporters were assigned to each lane of traffic. One counted all the cars passing by. The other counted drivers holding cell phones. The results were staggering. In Cleveland, 1 out of every 10 drivers was holding a phone. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration puts the number of distracted drivers at about 5%. That's half the rate the news outlet found in Cleveland. The rate in Akron was also higher at 8%. And if you're driving in Youngstown, watch out. The news outlet saw 14% of drivers there using their cell phones. These numbers anger Tina Janssens of East Palestine. She's on a mission to get drivers off their cell phones. That's why she tells the story of her father, Dave Muslovsky, who was known to the family as Pap Slush. She talks about what happened at 5:45 in the morning of June 17, 2010, as her father walked along Middletown Road. A car hit him. The 19-year-old driver was texting.
We did have an accident investigation done afterwards that showed that he actually saw the car coming at him and he jumped into the ditch. But when he jumped into the ditch, he kind of leaned over like this, and that put his center of gravity a little lower to the ground, and the Chevy Cavalier, instead of pushing him up over the hood, shoved him under the car.
This is where it happened. Tina said the driver was absorbed in a text message. So absorbed, she didn't see Tina's father, even though he was wearing a bright yellow t-shirt with reflective stripes.
High visibility so that you could see it at 70 miles an hour. She was going 45 and didn't see it.
Since then, Tina and the rest of her family have pushed for Ohio to ban texting and driving. In 2012, she and her mother, Denise, watched as Governor John Kasich signed an anti-texting and driving bill into law.
But she says that law isn't tough enough.
Well, the law, first and foremost, is only a secondary offense in the state of Ohio. 44 states currently have laws about texting and driving. 39 of those states have it as a primary. So Ohio needs to go back, take a look at our law, and try and get it changed to a primary offense.
Regina Spicer agrees. She owns New Beginnings Driving School in Euclid. The news outlet reporters asked if she would go on a ride and spot cell phone users.
There you go. He's on his phone, plus he has drunk driving tags.
Oh,
okay, right. So he was on his phone, and he has what they call party plates. You know, and so that would be cause for concern, because if he's driving with party plates, how do we know he's not intoxicated as well? So he's on his phone. He wasn't paying attention to what he was doing, and plus he was in excess of a speed limit. So that shows you that the phone itself is distracting him, so he's not paying attention to speed within traffic. And he's in a big truck. You know?
Of all things,
During that 45-minute ride, Spicer spotted 14 drivers using cell phones. This isn't unusual.
The news outlet polled 188 people at the University of Akron. 91% of them said they talk on their cell phones while driving. And roughly 65% said they've sent or read a text message while driving. For Tina, this means she has more work to do.
I lost my best friend because somebody else didn't think that it would happen to them. Didn't think that they would be in an accident. And their irresponsibility and selfishness destroyed my life. I can't bring them back, but I would do anything to have them back.
For more on the dangers of distracted driving, visit thenewsoutlet.org. I'm Matt Howitt.